Welcome to Coffee and Commercials. So we're so excited to have in studio today with us Patron's Barber Parlour. And so we've got Mario and Patrick here, along with my partner in crime here, Carlos. So we just wanted to welcome you guys into the studio today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So who wants to go first? Mario, Patrick?
We'll let the talker go first.
Oh, the talker.
Let Mario.
Okay. Okay, so Mario, tell us a little bit about the Barbershop and how you got into barbering.
Barbering. I got into barbering about, I'm gonna say 8 years ago. Just looking for a better opportunity for myself in life, and tired of working jobs that weren't getting me anywhere. And I seen that what I was doing wasn't going to cut it for my family and what I wanted for my family. So they were really my why. And I was looking for a career to build, and barbering seemed like a good option for me. So, I started, went to school, didn't look back, started working for a barbershop, wanted more after that, and, met Patrick. We wanted the same aspirations and goals in our lives, and we wanted to partner up and open up this barbershop we have now. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I met you during COVID.
Yes.
And I saw Christian getting his hair cut, Christian Fuentes, and then I was like, Christian, who's the guy coming to your house and cutting your hair? And he's like, oh, that's Mario. So met you from there, and then just been impressed with the service you provide. And I was so excited to see you guys open up a new shop, and I've been there, taking my kids there. Fantastic place, great spot, great energy.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this, Mario. Like, how long have you known Patrick? What made you decide that he would be the perfect partner for you?
Just to see how good a hard worker he is, and his values for his family and for himself. Honestly, I know it's tough partnership, and I'm sure you guys know as well as anybody.
So basically, for you guys, is like your guys' values were kind of aligned in a way that you guys were seeking the same mission.
Yeah, it was family first, and that's a lot of the values of that.
And I think that's key, when you're having to like partner up with someone.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of situations where there's people that partner up just because they want to partner up, but then their core values are totally different.
Yeah.
And I've always seen that happen. Like, I've known people that they had a great idea, they put it to work, but then their core values were totally the opposite from one another. And the first year that they're in business, it's now from being friends, now they're enemies. And it's just like, it ruined their family's relationships,
And opportunities were there. I think for both of us to partner up with different people, and it was just never really didn't feel right.
The time was right.
The time was right.
Everything kind of opened up for us, and then we just took it from there. We're like, we see the light. Let's go.
So you guys felt the vibe. So you guys were like, it's time to take that next step.
Yeah.
COVID just really opened our eyes, to be honest, too. I mean,
COVID did. Like, coming out of the struggle, like what's next? What do we do next? Like, we've been shut down for almost 1 year.
Yeah.
What could we do now? And then it's like we went back to where we were at, and then after that, it's like we can do a lot more.
Yeah.
We want a lot more, and we can do a lot more. It's like we're young. We have the energy, we have the ideas, everything's there. You know what I mean? And then we're not just us. Our wives also. They're a big part.
They are.
They're
a big part.
We have a great team. Me, Mario. Our wives is just we all just brainstormed everything, and it just came like how I tell people, like it came out way better than what I expected, and it's a great feeling, So,
because I just think that when, like, what I've always told people is like, when you have a business, your family, your wife, and your kids, like you said, it's the big part of the why, right?
Oh yeah.
But you got to also have them make sure that they understand what you're gonna do, so that they can be there for you
Be
when
that
they,
support.
Because right now they're the biggest support.
Yes.
Like, we try to tell every single entrepreneur out there that's starting up a business, like, you got to make sure you have your core values in check. You got to make sure that your family understands what you're doing, because when you try to do something like create a business, and then let's say your wife can get upset, like, oh, you don't have time for us. She doesn't understand the mission. Then that's where chaos is created.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's hard, making time for everybody, like
keeping that balance.
Yeah.
No, it is hard. But also having a partnership makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Well, somebody slacks, somebody picks it up, and it makes it a lot easier to just
Correct.
to help each other out and help the business out.
But I think COVID. I think COVID. Sorry that I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
I was just thinking that I think that COVID created a lot of new entrepreneurs to kind of see how business can be created in so many different ways. Because I think that there are so many new business platforms that were created out of COVID.
Well, in a time where the world was shut down, we were hungry, looking for money for our family.
Especially because our industry shut down, and
we were out there trying to get haircuts any way we can, and
I mean, I think that's something that a lot of people realize, that a lot of companies and places that they were working for shut down in an instant, and their source of income was just taken away. And so it's like you start to realize after a while, no, I need to be in control of how I earn my income. I need to be in control of when and how and the way that I earn my income. And so I think being an entrepreneur and opening up your own business gives you the control. It does give you the headaches, not going to lie. It gives you the headaches too, but at least they're the headaches that you can control. And you're in the driver's seat to navigate through these, these trying times. But what made you want to do it? Like, a lot of people went through COVID, difficult time, right? Economy right now, we're in a recession, and you guys open up a barbershop now. And so like, what was the mentality going into it? What made you know, like, now's the time to do this?
Somebody told me there's never a right time.
Yeah.
You just do it. And I just went with it. That's what it was. And
and I believe that's true. It's just also, if not now, then when?
Exactly. There's always gonna be something.
Right? And I feel if we make it out through this, these times right now, then I think we're pretty much can face, a lot. You know what I mean? And it helps us grow. And I think like our industry, like we say, it was shut down. People still needed haircuts, and in a recession,
people will always need haircuts.
Even now, people are still going to interviews. They're going everything so everything's just growing. So it's like, I think we're still there. We're still needed. You know what I mean?
It's a necessity. I mean, it's like for haircuts. Who wants to go to work with a chia pet looking head, right? Or or who wants to go to work looking like a mob? But it's like it's either event, work, special engagements. You need a haircut. You definitely need a haircut.
And actually, my good friend that actually got me into barbering a while back, he told me haircutting is recession proof. So everybody's always gonna need a haircut.
But you know what? What haircuts also do? It builds people's self-esteem, and it just builds their confidence. Because there's people out there that a haircut is therapy for them, And especially, I'm assuming that when they sit down in your guys' chair, they're talking about a lot of things. It's like personal stuff, right? It's almost like a therapy session at the same time.
I love that more than cutting hair is the feeling that I give people when they're happy. I would say, and I was telling them that earlier as we were practicing for this. I was like, that's honestly what I like is how happy people get, like when they're satisfied with their haircut. And I don't know.
Yes, for me, I'm the quiet guy. Like I welcome, my client, sits down in my chair. We talk for a good 5 minutes, and after that, it's just haircut. Relax. I'll take care of you. You know what I mean? And then, but he can keep us a conversation for a whole 45 minutes, an hour. I'm over here just scratching my head like, what are you guys talking about? Like
that's not always good. Sometimes I say the wrong thing.
So he's good at creating content. In other words,
You guys want to put the camera on him?
Speaking of content, let's try out. We're trying Starbucks Pike today, so let's take a sip of that.
I like their pike coffee. Those
medium.
Really good.
It's good.
Not too dark, not too light.
There's no aftertaste.
No aftertaste. Smooth.
And I'm drinking it black too, so it's perfect.
And then you guys are located right next to a Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Right next to it. So it's like, How critical was location when you guys were choosing where to open up? Because I mean, right now there's a lot of vacancies all over, and you could open up pretty much anywhere you want. So what made you guys choose that spot?
Patrick actually found that one for us.
Yeah, actually, my wife did.
Yeah.
My wife found that spot, and then we were thinking Eastville, and then
Eastville.
but we're
We're still
like
thinking Eastville.
yeah, yeah, we want a girl.
Location two. Location
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, but yeah, we want to stay within the city for sure. You know, we came to realize we're like, you know, we have a lot of clients here. You know, people know us here. People want us to stay here. You know, like the people that we told are like, oh, I'll go to Eastville, but just try to stay in Chino Hills. And then so so we were looking around, and you know, we checked out about 4, 5 different locations, and we're just, I like it, but that's it.
Yeah.
And then we saw this one. No, this is a
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
I'm like, and it's just next to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Next to Starbucks, you got
Happy to
Nectar
be-
right
Well,
there.
what other advertisement do you want? You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like people in and out all day.
Well,
so
it's like at the same time people come and get their coffee, you know, and especially like on weekends, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
There's people that might say, hey, you know what, I need to get a haircut.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm already here with my coffee, right?
I mean, you got apartments and hotels and how it's a growing place. It's a growing area.
yeah, the location
It's
is
really-
just
it's
we
prime.
really lucked out. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
landed on us. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
We're actually
But
looking
we're really
across the way
thankful.
too at that Luchador,
Yes.
but that one
Okay.
didn't pan out. The one next door.
Yeah.
And then we went to this one, and only
I
panned
think
out
you guys
even
got
better.
the best
I
spot.
think it's actually a better spot.
It was
too.
actually
Yeah.
meant to be for you guys
Yeah.
then. So
Yeah. And I just think things
Yeah.
fall into place like
Yeah.
that sometimes, you know.
we actually had like about 3 or 4 clients like say like, oh, I wanted this location.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I was gonna open this business. But yeah, it's cool that like, you know, like a lot of people wanted that location, and we just lucked out, and we you know, and landed on our hands.
Maybe if we would have waited, we would have had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you guys walked in that location for the first time, like you said, it was just that you've just felt the right energy, though.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That was good.
I like as for me, I visualized it, and I already saw people walking in. I already saw myself cutting hair. You know, it's like
That's good.
It
So-
felt real. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is
So
it.
you're manifesting it, what it was
Yeah,
going to look
exactly.
like, and
Yeah.
you're like, that. This is us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It just felt good. It felt real. And then we talked
Felt
it
natural.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it should have
So we
been.
talked
It just
it
felt
out.
like
Yeah.
you guys belong there.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
walking into it, it feels like it should be a barbershop.
Yeah.
Like that space, the way
Yeah.
that it's set
Yeah.
up and everything, it's like ideal for what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And how did you come up with the name? What does the name of the shop mean to you guys?
Oh, that one we were brainstorming, and we wanted something maybe to
Yeah.
our culture, and we just
To our culture, and then Patrons means boss. So, you know,
Boss,
we
yeah.
want to welcome. You know, we're a higher end barbershop.
Yeah.
You know, we want to, you know, bring in clients who want to feel like the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we want you to feel good. We want you to feel, because we know we offer a service. You know, it's not just a haircut. It's just, you know, the whole service that you have to experience. And after people leave the barbershop, you know, like, you know, it's like, oh man, this is different. This is,
Yeah.
and then so you know, Patrons is like, Patron in Spanish is, you know, boss.
bosses.
You know.
Mhm.
So you guys want to
So
cater to the
patron, you know.
patrones, like
Patron,
to all the
yeah.
bosses
You know
in the
what I mean?
area.
So,
so-
you know, all the bosses come in. You know, like
or patrons,
And-
for those
and
who
the
don't
she
know the language.
bosses,
yeah, we have people, you know, patrons and everything.
Patrons,
So
that's
it's like,
also-
Yeah.
you know, obviously, you know, like, but you know, whoever sits on a chair, we want you to feel like a patron,
Yeah.
and then that's why,
Yeah.
you know.
And you guys have the El Jefe package?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The package, yeah.
That big
So,
package.
so we're like, you know, we need something Spanish in there, a little twist.
Yeah.
And then I think it was his wife that came up with it. And then we're like a jefe, you know, which offers, you know, haircut, hot towel shave, and then our facial.
Yeah.
Do you guys sell merchandising there too, or?
We do actually.
Repping the merch
yeah.
right now.
We're repping it's a must.
Chain sold separately.
Gold is not included. That's a little bit extra. That's the platinum package there.
There you go.
Yeah, but I really like the logo. I mean, for what you guys design, I mean, I haven't been to your guys' space, but the way you guys describe it, now I want to go check it out. But it's like I like the logo, and you know, more importantly, you know, the value that you guys have, because I think that both of you guys together, it's like that's your logo there.
Yeah.
You know, that's who you guys are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I've had my kids, and I've had the experience with 3 different barbers there. We've cut with you, with Sergio, and with Daniel.
Yes.
Before. And so, what is it that you guys look for when you're inviting barbers into your shop?
Professionalism.
That's respect the workplace, you know, and honestly, just carry some of the same values as respect the customer.
Yeah, hardworking, you know, for sure.
Responsible, and overall, just a good person.
Someone that's, you know, is gonna fit in the barbershop. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's where our industry lacks a lot. You know, professionalism, and I feel like, you know, for the location that we have, the service we offer, I think we need the right people to, you know. Yeah. So we're kind of, I guess you can say, picky on who we bring in the team. We are. But luckily we have a good team. Yeah. It's 5 of us now. Wow. You know, so we started with 4. We just recently brought in Rigo, you know, our 5th barber. So things are looking good, you know, and our team is pretty good, respectful, you know, professional and clean for the most part, you know. Like I think that's what sets us apart from other barbershops, you know.
We don't want to be like those barbershops that appointment only. No, we kind of ignore you when you come in the door, and just welcoming. Welcoming, you know, happy different shop.
Well, it's like the old traditional barbershops, right? I mean, back in the days, it's like you didn't have an app for appointments or call in. So you walk in, people will sit, they'll gossip, right? While they're waiting for the other guy. The other guy in the chair's talking to the new guys that are coming in, and it was more like a place where you can just be free, have a conversation, talk your head off, but everybody was cool, right? Because I remember that when I was a kid, my dad would take us to the barbershop, and it's like everyone knew each other.
No, even me growing up, you know, going to barbershops, I was, you know, waiting for like an hour or 2 hours.
I remember those days.
But nowadays, I feel like, you know, people value their time. So
don't want to get in, get out.
Appointment is the way to go. But like I said, you know, we just hired our 5th barber. We want that room to take walk-ins, you know, so they can still, you know, come in whenever they want, you know, like maybe they're in the area, stop by, you know, we'll take you in, you know, so.
Because you have the old school and the new school. That's the thing. So you got to kind of adapt to both both worlds.
And how did you get into barbering, Patrick?
Barbering. I grew up with, it was 5 of us. There's 4 of my brothers. So, you know, sometimes we would cut our own hair, you know, each other up. And then, you know, and that's where I kind of like first saw, you know, cutting hair, barbering and everything. But I originally I wanted to be a chef.
Oh wow!
I wanted to be a chef. Yeah, so I went to I went check out some culinary schools, and it was just way over my budget. You know, I'm like, man, what else could I do? Colleges, you know, I don't know about college. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I got to do something. You know, so you know, and barbering is always, you know, I love the art. I love, you know, everything behind barbering. So from the straight razor and everything. So that's something I always carry in my back pocket. So I'm like, okay, I can't do culinary school right now. I'll, you know, go to barber school, build my way up, you know, make some money, and then I'll go to culinary, put myself through school there that way. And then I went to barber school. I finished. I had my firstborn, and I just fell in love more and more with barbering. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just do that at home, you know, once in a while, the culinary, you know. But, I just fell in love with barbering, and then the opportunities that, you know, it can bring and everything, like, you know, owning the barbershop now. So, and that's what really got me into it. You know, I just went for something else, and then, you know, I try to use it as a backup plan, which I, you know, felt, you know, in love with it. So I just continued with it. I'm like, you know what? This is my place. This is where I belong. It was your
calling.
That's awesome.
This is where I belong, yeah.
And trust me, I appreciate what you guys do, because during COVID, before I found Mario, I was cutting my kids' hair. And let's just say there were several bad haircuts given and several bald patches created on my children's heads. So
you try to go down to a 0.
Yeah, I was trying to do the fade. I'm like, it can't be that hard, could it?
No wonder when I used to do video calls with Chris, he's like always had like his picture. Now I know why he didn't want to show his face.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is trying to cut your own hair. Cut your own head.
I commend those that do it. I mean, during COVID, I tried it. I'm like, no. So then my wife started like, let me practice on cutting your hair. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna see anyone. I go, go for it. You know.
A lot of wives became barbers during the pandemic.
Really had fun.
Yeah, even when I went to Costco and like Target, like I would see like like a lot of people buying clippers and everything.
Clippers actually,
selling out.
They were selling out.
Actually,
like
YouTube was one of the highest viewed videos on so during the pandemic, a lot of people learning how to cut hair. I was like, man, this is crazy.
Because I did that during COVID. I'm like, dude, I need to get a haircut. I was all crazy, and I'm like, let me watch YouTube to see how. And there was this one guy that had like about over 3 million views. Yeah. So I was like, what? And I'm like, dude, I can't cut my hair. The guy had like one mirror here, another mirror here. Oh, I'm like, I'm done. I tried. I'm like, no, I'm gonna probably cut my head off.
So, question I have for both of you: what is something like for someone that's thinking about getting into barbering? Because like everyone has a glamorized image of what they think a job will be. But then once you like actually do it and you're doing it day in and day out, you have a different view. So what would you tell like to someone that's up and coming that's looking at getting into barbering? Like what advice would you give them?
Don't believe all the hype on Instagram. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of hours that you're not going to want to be there. Staying late, coming early. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, definitely something you got to invest your time in and, not just growing your clientele, but also learning the craft, learning, how to retain clients, how to, retain. It's pretty, because once you're behind the chair, you're your own business. Yeah. No matter what barbershop you're at, you're your own business. Once you're behind the chair, that's your client one-on-one. Is your job to, make them look good and make them come back. Yeah. And then it takes a lot, for that to get comfortable. So, the more time, like it took me about 5 years, 6 years almost, to get comfortable and okay, like I got this.
So for you guys, it's almost like what I was trying to tell everyone, customer service, right?
Yes.
So for you guys, it's like, you guys focused on the customer service side of it. Because in reality, from what I'm hearing, for what you guys have, the passion for what you guys love to do, but then you guys have that passion of taking care of that client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's coming down to the old traditional ways, customer service.
Well, I mean, man, they don't have a lot of places to go, spoil themselves or a lot of time to themselves because they dedicate their time to wives, girlfriends, family, kids, or their job, other things besides themselves. And, when they do come in to get a service, they want to be, I feel like they want to be pampered. Yeah. They want to be pampered, taken care of,
Yeah, also,
I do.
I do too, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like your me time.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a barber, it's like you're like, like when I go get my haircut, it's like I enjoy it because it's like it's my downtime, my me time, and I just like it's just me and I zone in to relax,
Yeah, but it's definitely a good feeling, like once you welcome someone in and you cut their hair, it's like eventually that's not my client, that's my friend,
Yeah.
And then that's the cool thing part about it, that's why it feels good, like he trusts me, we're friends, we're like, it's cool.
It's like a new family member.
Yeah, you just build a relationship, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's a great feeling.
Well, awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys for being in here in studio with us. How can they follow you on Instagram and how can they book appointments?
Patron's Barber Parlour is our app on Google. What's the Google Play for Google Android Play, and then Apple. You can find us there too. So we have an app. You can just Patron's Barber Parlour. We're there. We also have a website under the name. And then our Instagram is
mine's a Super Mario Cuts.
Super Mario, that's
Super
cool.
Mario
with the Z.
Mine is Patrick_Barber, but Patrick has a 1. It's kind of confusing. So just
follow
Patron.
Patrons, you'll find it.
We'll put it up on the episode info for anyone to come and try them. But
we'll definitely put your guys' links up there.
Absolutely. But please go check these guys out. They're doing amazing things in the barbering world, and we appreciate you guys for being in here in studio with us for Coffee and Commercial. Thank you guys.
For having us.
It was great having you guys.
It was a great experience. Thank you guys.